Hello and welcome to episode 2 of my Lord of the Rings online tutorial Let's Play series. This episode will be on continuing the starting tutorial. Now there is actually 2 starting tutorial instances before you get out into the big world with all the other players. This first starting instance is one that you can skip after you've done it the first time. So I shall hopefully demonstrate that in the future. Right, so it started us here. This is where we left off in the last episode with the quest A Road Through the Dark. Over here you'll see that help windows pop up. Very helpful to obviously all you new players. You are out for a stroll and there appears to be someone else on the road. So you'll see it's a mixture of their speech from the NPCs, text from bubbles above them or text that you can read from above the characters, and also you can read in the chat in different instances about things that's going on in the world. Anyway, over here with the help it's telling you that you can use the camera, how to use the camera with the mouse. So I'll just OK that, because what you can do is right click and look anywhere you want. Whilst keeping the right mouse button pressed, if you press the left mouse button, you can walk in any direction you want. I do love it when a game allows you to use the mouse. Of course there's times when you would prefer to use the keyboard, the WSAD keys, which I'll demonstrate now. So WASD will be A and D turns you left and right, and W and S forwards and back. So let's go see what Boffin has got to tell us. You should speak with a hobbit who calls out to you. Many characters and even objects will offer quests and information. Right click anyone or anything with a ring icon to receive or advance a quest. Here's the 3 different types of rings that you can see. Blue quest rings tell you that the NPC may have helpful reminders of what you need to be doing, which is this one. Epic story quests will have a flaming ring to signify the importance of the quest for the main story, which is this one. And a normal quest will just have the gold ring. So let's go take a look. So as you can see with Boffin, he's got a flaming ring above his head. So we better flaming click on him. Containers and fallen foes can be looted. Actually, I'll get to that in a moment. So let's click on him and see what he's got to say.
Ho there! What's your business on the road?
So as you can see, you can hear speech from them, and also you can read the quest text. Now with Lord of the Rings Online, because it has a very deep story involved with it, I would advise to try and follow along with the story, because it's a wonderful, beautiful story that is told. So, but for this series, I won't have the time to read it all. I need to condense it down and to move the story along. Otherwise, we'll spend half hour on me just talking about the text. So he's saying, who goes there? What's your business? And I'm telling him that I'm just a harmless hobbit. You startled me, that's all. There's an odd chill in the air tonight. We both feel safer if you come along with me. Do you know how to fight? So over here it's telling us about containers and that can be looted. So here's an example of a container, and there's the sparkle coming from it. You see that? That's what it's telling us over there.
Inside is a spare weapon. You should loot it for yourself, then equip it to use it.
Thank you, Boffin. So if we right click on it, you see that's gold sparkling. Now here's something actually, let's interrupt that. With Lord of the Rings Online, it has 2 things which are very nice. One, if there's someone in the distance that you want to talk to, if you get the speech icon when hovering over them, you can right click and it'll run over and start talking, just like so. And the same goes for containers. If you see something in the distance, just right click, it'll run over and open it up. There you go. So inventory and items. This is telling us we can press the I key to bring up our bags. Now as a free player we start with 3 bags, but we can purchase more bags from the shop. Now what I'm going to do quickly is put my bags down here so they're not right in the middle of the screen blocking our view. Now I'm going to show you something you can do with the bags in a bit. So we can click this. In it is the knife that Bounder Boffin is giving us. It's an upgrade to the weapon we are carrying, and we can just click loot all. We get that item, and if we double left click on it or right click on it, just simple right click on it, it will switch it to our current weapon. As you can see, when you hover over an item, on the right it shows you your currently equipped item, and on the left it's showing you the item that you're hovering over, its details. So there you go. Let's click on Bounder Boffin.
Be sure to equip your weapon before we have at it. We ought to test your skill in battle.
Okay, so he's going to want to spar me now. Well, that's fine. So to fight, remember you right click on the target. So continue quest.
Try coming at me.
And then right click. Now I am actually a I'm a minstrel, so I'm going to use songs, which I cast. There you go, you see that? I just cast a spell on him. You have proven that you can fight now.
Did you hear something?
Now here's a beautiful
Down
thing.
the road. Who could that be?
Here is a beautiful thing with Lord of the Rings Online. You see the story unfold before your very eyes, and it's just so wonderful when you walk into a new area and you suddenly see the story kick in, or a bit of the book that you read, or a bit of the film that you watched. It's beautiful. Underhill, of course, because that was what Frodo's alias was in the film and the book. Now here's something else that happens. Your characters can get instances where they get afraid and scared, and they go like this. And just straight from the film, do you remember that? Where they're on the road and then Bilbo suddenly gets this strange, fearful feeling. And that's just now what we're seeing. Another bit of the story unfold. And when this happens, you're just an observer. So just watch and enjoy the story. And here we have a Nazgul. Oh, he's standing on me. Guess he can't see me. What an unfortunate place to stand. Oh well.
Gracious me! Did you see that?
Okay, so there we go. That's moving this story along. So now we've got to follow Bounder Boffin in here.
Will you clear the path?
Okay, so now he's asking us to defeat 2 spiders. So let's show you a little of the combat. First of all, let's get my spells put in the right order. Not spells, my songs, but you know what I mean. Okay, this one is a very good one. It's quick to cast and it doesn't have a long wait time on it. Refresh. This one, in order to cast it, I need to build up some power. You see it says cost 2 power. This one is cost 1 power. But I can't cast this. Actually, the power I have plenty of, but I can't cast it yet because I need to cast a few of my other skills in order before this will open up. You'll see what I'm talking about as I progress. Here we have 3 stances. Each will give you a different benefit. Now I'm going to stay with the one it's defaulted on because I'm going to be playing solo and I need attack, good attack. So the one I'm going to use is Dissonance Stance, which gives me plus 25 to my ballad damage, and as the song I'm going to be using is a ballad, it will give me more damage. Now if I click to Melody Stance, which gives me 12.5% ballad damage plus 5% outgoing healing modifier. Yeah, so half of the damage output. So if I click that, so it doesn't actually reflect it in the 10 to 11 light damage. We will actually see the effect when we hit creatures. Okay, and the third one is Resonance Stance. This gives us +10 to outgoing healing. These two are for healers. I'm not a healer, I'm a fighter. Okay, so let's deal with the spiders. Oh, and this last one here is a melee attack, which I'll need to use until I get more songs. This up here, the one I moved to here, is a heal for me, because I'll only be healing myself, not group members. So what we do, select a spider by left clicking on it. You need to be in range in order to cast. Now I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but when you're out of range, a little red icon like that appears. Do you see that little red circle? If I move back, oh, it's not going to do it now to show you, but you need to be in range in order to cast. So that's what you'll see if you're not in range, but I might be in range. Let's try. Yeah, I'm in range. See, it's nice and quick. There we go, there's one done. When you defeat enemies or complete quests, you gain experience. Earn enough and your powers and stats will increase by leveling up. Down here is your experience bar. You will see every time you defeat a creature, it jumps up a little bit. And when it gets to the end, of course, you will gain a level. When your character levels, you will gain access to new skills and be able to equip bigger and better armor and weapons. Yes, it gets much more fun when you start to open up loads of skills and lots of different armors and items, just how you'd normally play any other MMORPG. Okay, let's deal with the next spider. And there we go, so that's done. Let's now talk to Boffin.
Well done! Let's press on now.
And continue the quest.
Blast! I just need to find the key.
Mad laugh alert. Right, so he's going to hew the webs. I need to kill the spiders that start appearing. So there's one. Let's start. Whoop. Yeah, I did attack it. You can see up here the creature's health and how effective I'm being whilst attacking it. Bear that in mind. Up there, obviously, you can see your health. The green bar is your health. The blue bar is your morale. Wow, I killed that in one shot. And there should be one more. Here we go. Let's attack him with that one. Notice I could use it at last. Okay, so there we go. That's done. Let's now talk to him.
I think we're almost safe.
So let's click continue. Okay, many stories in Middle-earth will unfold before your eyes. Be sure to pay attention to these events to gain insight into your quests. Sometimes you will be momentarily halted in order to watch very important scenes and stories. Well, that's what we see back there with an Asgul. And now you're going to see another little scene. Let's step back a bit. So they say they're being chased by brigands. So basically we're trapped. And here come the brigands. Now what the brigands are going to do is knock us all out. Joy. But he tells us he's taken us to Archer.
Oh! Ouch!
Oh, there's the timer. Okay, so now what it's going to do is throw us in the archer, bandit or brigand prison, jail. But we shan't be in here for long, as you're going to see. See, it's telling you some of the story as it's progressing, so they've now presuming that they're going to get hold of the right baggins. They don't realise they got the wrong one.
Seem to turn up in the most unlikely places, Bounder Boffin.
And that is true. And here's our friend Strider, straight from the book. Okay, so we right-click on Strider to continue the story.
Come along, we are not safe just yet.
So we'll continue the quest. And escape the prison. I want to complete this in this episode, otherwise it will be too many. Okay, so a door's just opened up and you can see this gold glowing, glittering. That's telling you it's a portal, and basically what it's going to do is port us to the next stage in the story. So I've saved you reading all of that, but feel free to read. Okay, so here we are now in the next stage, and you can see Amdir's being attacked by a Nazgul, one of the Black Riders. Strider's trying in vain to break this door open, although he does manage it, just not in time. So Amdir's been struck down, and Strider's got the door open. So there we go.
Come, hobbits, it is safe now.
Right, so let's go in and finish this off.
Hold on, dear.
So there we go. Let's right click on Strider and
This was a dire
finish.
turn of events.
And finish now. Now remember, all of this, what you've seen from us starting on that road, once you've done it the first time, you can skip it in future. So we'll do finish now.
Wounded by a Black Rider, the Ranger Amdir escaped with his charges into the wild, making his way back to the village of Archet.
There, Captain Brackenbrook, a retired sellsword, has allowed Strider and his companions to stay and take respite from their cares.
Okay, so we're just waiting for it to load us in. Now, if you chose to skip the starting tutorial for in the game of what we just went through, then this is what you're going to see when you load in from here. Okay, so I'm going to end this episode here now that we've loaded into the second instance. This is still an instance, we're still not in the big wide world with all the other players. We will get to that eventually. I shall end it here though, and at the start of the next episode I can start to explain inventory management. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.